I've been a Star Wars fan almost since birth, and I genuinely think that Disney's newest Star Wars movie in over a decade should not exist. This is not just some mindless rant video yelling about how bad Disney Star Wars is. I'm a top 1% Star Wars fan, and I genuinely think that The Mandalorian is one of the better characters that Disney's put out in a long time. My criticisms in this video aren't just to hate on the brand and about how bad Star Wars has become, they're just more to protect the thing that I love so much. The reason why this movie should not even really exist is because The Mandalorian story has already ended. Twice, actually. It ended first at season 1 with Grogu leaving to train with Luke, and I thought that was going to be the end of the story. It was a great emotional farewell, but it got renewed for season 3, and I was super happy about it. I don't want Mando and Grogu to be separated. I think Mando is a better character with Grogu around. And then the show was ended again in season 3. I don't know how they did it so perfectly twice, but it ended with Bo-Katan leading the Mandalorians with the Darksaber to try to restore Mandalore to its former glory, and I think that should have been the end of the story there, because what more is there left to tell? Why are we making this movie? It doesn't feel like it connects to anything that has already been seen with the Mandalorian or Grogu, and while that's nice for fans to be able to come see a movie and not have any prior knowledge, the entire Star Wars world is so interconnected that if something is standalone, it really feels standalone. It feels like it's been left out. And those are the vibes that I've been getting from the trailers and from the movie overall, is that it's going to be about nothing we've already talked about. So why are we making this movie? Why are we making a movie about the Mandalorian going on missions for the New Republic? Like, he has more ties to Navarro or Bo-Katan than he does to them. If you look back at some of the scenes of season 1 Mandalorian, he literally looks like Star Wars Batman, and now he kind of looks like Star Wars Superman, like he's trying to be the good guy and have correct morals. I think our heroes should do the right thing, but it feels like his character's just gone in a completely different direction than season 1. And I get it. People change, movies change, but the whole tone of what the Mandalorian used to be just doesn't match the same vibe. So if the movie shouldn't be about him going on missions for the New Republic, what should it be about then? And first off, this is low-hanging fruit, but I think he should have gone back to Navarro and we have a movie about him being a sheriff there. That could fit into what Disney's trying to do by making him a more good, more moralistic person with Grogu around. I don't even know if that's a word. I think another great option is for him to go back to that village on Sorgan from episode 4 in season 1. That was one of my favorite episodes, and it seemed like Mando and Grogu could really have a happy life there. The only reason that they really left is because there was a bounty on Grogu's head, and they didn't want bounty hunters just flooding into the village. They knew they wouldn't be safe there, but that's all gone. They could just go back there and live a happy life. He could protect them. And this one's actually kind of a hot take, but I think that the Book of Boba Fett should have been a movie that featured the Mandalorian from the beginning. That it should have been Boba Fett and Mandalorian and Fennec trying to rebuild the criminal empire there. I think that that would have benefited to being a movie instead of a show, because the show dragged. Like, it got really boring. And if you had been able to condense all of those stories into one, maybe cut off a few characters, I think it really would have been improved overall with, you know, some minor tweaks. If you're gonna continue the Mandalorian story, personally, I think it should be in a TV show that focuses on Bo-Katan rebuilding the Mandalorian Empire, and then you have Mando as a side character in kind of a guest star that he's guiding her and helping her through rebuilding Mandalore. That way we still get to see about what Mando's doing. Plus, Katie Sackhoff is my favorite animation to live action adaptation. I think she absolutely slayed the live action version of that. Also, I totally understand having children changes you apparently, but why is he only hunting Imperial war criminals? If he wants to be the Star Wars version of Batman and go out there hunting crime, he can still 100% do that through bounty pucks. He can just take out criminals and murderers, right? But overall, this movie doesn't seem to be because they want to advance the Mandalorian story. It feels like that Disney needs a cash grab and they want something that'll hit, and they know Grogu's gonna sell tickets and merchandise, and that's why they're making this movie, instead of really trying to double down and tell a great story. I would love it if in the future that the Mandalorian kind of has a role like Ahsoka, where he just appears as cameos and kind of as guest stars on different shows to see him, and maybe in animation. But no matter what, I will definitely be seated for this movie. I'm excited just for a fun, kid-friendly adventure to see what the Mandalorian and Grogu have been up to. But let me know what you think. Are you guys super excited for this movie? Are you down on it? Do you think that this story should have been something completely different? Let me know in the comments. I reply to everything, and subscribe to help me get to 1K.